Hey loves! So today we're doing a pretty exciting video. It's been a minute since we've had a dupe tutorial here on my channel, but I'm very excited. I was just sent this palette from Alter Ego, and it's supposed to be a dupe of the Sultry palette, which you guys know this has been like my favorite palette for the last few months. I can't get enough of it. It's completely gotten me into cooler tones when I've been obsessed with warm tones for forever. So we are going to put Sultry on one eye and the Temptress palette on the other. We're also going to look at them side by side and swatch them and everything. So I'm going to start this video before the tutorial and wrap up at the end with my thoughts and the swatches, because I want it to be kind of a first impression dupe tutorial, and that way I can talk about them as I'm working with them. Clearly I already have the rest of my face on. I have the Revolution Conceal and Define mixed with Josie Maran as my base, Tarte Shape Tape as my concealer. I have primed my lids with the Revolution Cut Crease Canvas. I have been using this all over the lid just as a lid primer, and it works amazing because it's so pigmented. I just love this. Love this, love this, love this. Homogenation Revolution contour palette on. And then on my cheeks for blush, I have the Laura Geller blush in Tropic Hues and ColourPop Show Globe. Forever and always, it's my favorite. Oh, and my brows are just Anastasia Dip Brow in Blonde. All right, so we are just gonna jump in. We're just gonna start with the tutorial, and at the end of this video, we will get into swatches and I will tell you what I think. I do wanna tell you guys before I even start this, just so I don't forget and just so you catch this, that if you want to order this palette, there will be a link down below. If you use the code CAKE, you will not only get free shipping, you will also get 2 free brushes with this palette, which is already going to be super affordable just by using the code CAKE. That way they know that I sent you and you saw this video, and it gets you a deal. All right, we're going to jump in, but before we do, please subscribe if you have not already. I upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on my channel. Let's do this. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's really nice, sturdy cardboard. There is a big mirror, and then here are the shadows. Ooh, they look gorgeous. So let me hold them up side by side. I feel like this is going to be a really good test because I'm such a huge fan of Anastasia eyeshadow, so if I can get the same look, it's going to be really cool. I am going to use the same brush on both eyes, but I'm definitely wiping the brush off thoroughly between each application. All right, we are going to start with the Sultry palette, and my favorite shade to put in my crease is like the one warm tone in here. So we're just going to start with this guy. Let's do this eye, Anastasia. Okay, I'm gonna wipe off my brush. The dupe is gonna be Lust. Okay. She's pigmented. She's blending really well. I feel like it's just the smidgest bit warmer, which I don't mind because you guys know I love a warm eye. But I would say the blendability was really, really close. So far, pretty impressed. Let's keep going. I'm going to use one of the brushes that they sent along with it. So I assume this is one of the brushes that you would probably get if you use that code to get the free brushes, which this looks real nice, real nice. I really been liking Twig. I think we're going to start with Twig in the crease. Going on to the Anastasia eye, I'm just going to place that further down in the crease, not quite as high as that transition shade. So we're just deepening things up. Like Uptown. Right here is the dupe. I'm gonna go back into the same 2 and just pop them on my lower lash line. So for this one, I'm gonna use Lust, and then this one from the Sultry palette, I'm gonna use Birch. Okay, now we're gonna go back into the Sultry palette, and I'm gonna deepen up the outer V a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with Noir, the black shade in the palette. Tap it just a tiny bit, and then really tap off my brush because this is a super pigmented black. And just kind of pop it over here. Stiletto is the black in the Alter Ego palette. Ooh! She pigmented. Okay, now we are going to highlight the brow bone a little bit, which really, I just like to use a matte cream shade up there to kind of blend it together and make it look a little smoother. So we're just gonna go in with Fresh, which is this guy right here in the Anastasia palette. off that right up there. This palette Lace down here is the dupe. Bloom, this one right here. So I'm just going to use a little bit on this brush. It's kind of stained from a pink look I did, but there's no pigment coming off of it. So we're just going to take a little bit of this, and I think I want to put it right kind of in the center of the lid, right here. So in this one, the shade is Blush. I am finding that these ones in this palette are not as powdery as the Anastasia shadows, so if that's something that bothers you about Anastasia shadows, then you might prefer this palette. I'm gonna go with a tiny bit of the Cut Crease Canvas from Revolution on both eyes. I think I'm gonna go with Rose Quartz, and I'm just gonna use my fingertips. So Rose Quartz in the Sultry palette on the inner corner. Anastasia does shimmers really well in my opinion. I really like their shimmers. Ooh. Ooh, she's pretty. Oh my goodness, you guys. That is unreal. That's more intense than the other eye. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of black liner on the lower lash line. This is just ColourPop Swerve. It's my ride or die black liner of choice. Just because I am gonna do a wing today, so if I put a little bit of black on the outer corner, it makes my eye look much more connected in my opinion. Okay, so this is what we are looking at. I definitely need to clean up my edges out here, which I will do. Wow, they look almost identical. So again, this is the Alter Ego side and this is the Anastasia side. Like I can't see any difference. I feel like there might be a slight better reflect on this eye, but in the monitor, they literally look the same. All right, I am going to pop on a wing. I'm just going to use the Physicians Formula Eye Booster Pen in Ultra Black. It's my ride or die. We will speed through this because this isn't really relative to the tutorial, but I'll show you a little bit. Let me pop these on my eye a little bit and see, but I think we're gonna use Vanessa. I remember these being like crazy insane long. Ooh, she's so pretty though. Oh my goodness, you guys, these are gonna look ridiculous on me, but I think I wanna do it. I think I just wanna jump in and try these lashes. So I'm going to pop on these lashes. Again, they are the Vanessa from Shop Say. They're $1.55. Crazy. These foam ink. So good. I'm so good. I'm really excited to try these ones. These ones are gonna look really ridiculous because I have pretty small eyes, but we'll see what happens. I'll be right back. All right, loves, so this is where we're at. These lashes are huge, but I'm just gonna go with it. So I already went ahead and put on my lip as well. These are the shades that I use. It's Anastasia Pure Hollywood and then Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in Caught You Bare Naked. It's one of the high shine lipsticks. So that is what is on my lips. I think we're gonna try Pearl on the inner corner. I'm not sure if I put Pearl in the inner corner or not. My favorite little Luxie brush for the inner corner. Okay, so now let's go into the Temptress palette. In the Temptress palette, Seduction, right here is the dupe. So we're gonna put that one on this eye. So that is the completed look. We are now going to get into the swatches and I'm going to tell you guys my final thoughts. So let's do that now. The order that's in the Anastasia palette and then match the dupes. So we're going to start with Fresh, which is the matte cream shade. This is one of my favorite brow bone highlights that I own. This one's going to be really hard to compare because it is so light. It's literally the shade of my skin. But let's see, the dupe in there is Lace. So honestly, you can't even see them on my hand, so they look the same to me. I'm sorry that you can't even see those. Let's move on to the next one. So the next one in the Anastasia palette is Pearl, which is the one we have on our inner corner, which on the eye looks exactly the same. It's super, super pretty. And then the dupe is Seduction. So there are those. Ooh. So Pearl, Seduction. Pearl is definitely softer in the pan, but look at those swatch side by side. They literally look pretty much exactly the same. I feel like Pearl might have a tiny bit more pink in it, but honestly with the reflection you can't even tell. Next we have Steampunk, this guy, and then the dupe looks like it's gilt. On my fingertips, those literally look exactly the same. This one is the Anastasia one, and then this one is the Alter Ego one. Again, they're looking pretty much the same. Ooh, Rose Quartz is next, which I love. I love Rose Quartz. And then the dupe is Champagne. We have Anastasia and Alter Ego. Hey, Binksy. They look the same. They look the same. Ember? Ember. There's this guy right here. The Ember dupe is Ritz. So this one right here is the Anastasia one, and that one is the Alter Ego one. One's just a little more red toned. I think that's right. Okay, next we're gonna do Bloom, which is that peachy shade that's on the lid. Bloom and Blush. This one is Anastasia. This one is Alter Ego. Birch. This one is Anastasia. This one is the Alter Ego one. Very close. Again, the Alter Ego one just looks like the tiniest bit warmer. Now we're on to this bottom rose. So we're going to do, is it Cinder? Cinder. Yeah, Cinder and Ritz. Okay, so this one is Anastasia. This one is Alter Ego. They're duping. They're duping. Twig, which is one of my favorite shades in the palette. It's just a matte cool tone brown. Uptown. Anastasia. Alter Ego. What is next? Next we have Teak. This guy. Why are there so many shimmery bronzes in this palette? It's like confusing me on which one the dupe is supposed to be. That one is supposed to be Desire. Yeah, there we go. So Desire is the dupe for that one. And that guy, and those look pretty close. Pretty close. Next we are going to do Dystopian, which is this dark brown in the palette. Dupe is After Hours. Both didn't swatch amazing, but they're super pigmented matte shades, and usually that's what happens. But they are dead on. The next one is Cyborg, which is one of my favorite lid shades right now. Oh, it's like a silvery taupe. Dupe is Sterling. I wanted to use it so bad today, but the last Sultry tutorial that I did, I used it on my lid, so I didn't want to do it again. Oh, she's so pretty. Yep. Dead on. The one right here, that's Anastasia, and that is Alter Ego. Maybe we'll just put the last two in the bottom. So then next we have Slate, which is the gray in the palette, which I feel like it's hard to find a good matte gray. And then the dupe is Whisper right here. Oop. She's a dupe. And then the last thing is the blacks in the palette. So we are going to swatch Noir. Oh, she's so dark. Stiletto. I feel like the Anastasia one, they're both super pigmented, but the Anastasia shadows are a little bit more powdery. So I feel like you get a little bit more on your brush when you go in. So just keep that in mind. But this is a dupe. Like some of the bronzy ones are like just the teeniest bit off, but it might be just me being crazy. Maybe I'm swatching the wrong ones. I don't know, but they look identical. It's definitely a dupe. Okay, so this guy is going to retail for only $16, and then the Anastasia one is $45. Honestly, I think both are great. I'm not going to say one is better than the other, but I definitely think that this is a dupe. If you want to save some money, I would grab this. Plus, you can get that 15% off and 2 free brushes and free shipping by just using that code CAKE. Again, I don't think I get anything from it. I think it just lets them know that I sent you, so maybe I'll get more PR or something like that, but they did send this guy to me, but of course, all opinions are my own. This video is not sponsored in any way. I just know you guys love dupes. I love a dupe. Anytime I can save money, it's amazing. I am really impressed by this Alter Ego palette. I feel like this is such a steal, such a good deal. I'm loving the eye look that came out today. Like, it's not anything crazy, but I like it a lot. I just love, look at those shimmers though, on both. The fact that I could get a very similar look to an Anastasia palette with such a cheap palette just blows my mind. They did really good, not only duping the shades, the blendability and the outcome of like in the pigmentation and everything is like spot on. I'm impressed, guys. I'm impressed. Again, the only difference I noticed is these are a little bit harder in the pan, but that's not a bad thing. These are very powdery. A lot of people don't like that about Anastasia palettes. It doesn't bother me, again, but that's the only difference I can even find at all. All right, loves. So I think that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this little swatch party and tutorial. Let me know what kind of dupe you want to see next. If there's a palette out there that you think is a dupe of a high-end palette, let me know down below and I'll see if I can do that for you. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and you want more dupes, and share it because it does help me out so much. And please subscribe if you have not already. I upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday here on my channel. All right, that is everything. Love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. I'm just gonna tap it. It's my butt. Luna. So this guy is, sorry, something almost fell. Say bye. Bye. Bye, boy. Thanks, boy.